This is the third annual CSAD Global Read-A-Thon. We focus on journeys that have moved people across towns, countries, and oceans.
My next guest, determined to preserve history in her home country of Liberia, the oldest surviving house in the Liberian township of Crozierville, it was on the brink of collapse. Well, now, no longer. The Brig Cora House holds the legacy of 346 people who traveled together from Barbados to Liberia in 1865 to start a new life. Their voyage took place some 3 decades after the emancipation of slaves in Barbados. Our 2-time Emmy award-winning journalist, Brenda Bush Weeks, and her team, they are trying to bring this largely untold story to life by turning this home into a museum and an active community center. So Brenda's a personal friend of all of us at CSAD. It's so good to see you.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Really appreciate it. And
thank you.
This was amazing. Full disclosure, I am on the board of this restoration project. Tell us where we are in this and why this is important. This is an important project.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me and for serving on our board. It's an important project. First of all, it's a personal project for me because my husband, it was something my husband wanted to do, and he didn't live long enough to do it. The house itself, he inherited from his grandfather, who was a first-generation Bajan. His great-grandparents were on that ship from Barbados to Liberia. And this house being, as you said, the last house that's still in Crozierville, the town where they settled, he wanted it to be a museum for everyone in that community to help lift that community. And so after I took his remains home 2 years ago for burial, I was leaving to come back to America, and it just felt like he told me, I heard him in my conscious mind say that this is what he wanted done. He had expressed the desire years ago, and it was the one thing he felt that he hadn't finished. And he said, that's what he wanted me to do, and literally that's what
you're doing.
That's what I'm doing.
Why is it a story that a lot of people haven't heard about this before? Why do you suppose that's the case? You know,
and Suzanne, this is not just the case with us, but so many of Africa's stories are not told because these stories are handed down verbally through history. And then after a while, those stories, they're forgotten. And so that's the importance of this museum. And so many people, we have to tell our stories ourselves. And this is how we preserve the story of this amazing voyage of these 346 people, the largest migration of Afro-Caribbeans to Africa. It's an incredible story of bravery and of self-determination, but it was never written formally. There's only actually recently one book about it, and then our museum,
that's amazing,
which will really cement their story.
So it brings it to life,
it does.
Really.
It does.
We hear so many things about the movement of Black people, the migration of Black people related to a sense of freedom.
Yes.
How is their journey related to their future, their freedom, and the legacy of those who followed?
And you mentioned that this voyage was taken 3 decades after emancipation in the West Indies. Emancipation in the U.S. was just happening in that year, 1865. And these Barbadians, they were emancipated, but they were still not able to own land, go to school, they had no rights. And so that was the purpose of their voyage, to go to Africa and get those rights, the rights of
Brenda, it is so
freedom.
important. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Such an incredible story.
Thank you.